Welcome back! It's part 2 of the 3800 swap. That should have only been one part. I don't really want to be here, but I'm back putting in a new 3800 motor. Luckily, Lance is back!
When I heard you needed the help, I was happy to come lend a hand.
The moral of the story is that if you want to see your close friends just destroy something important and desperately need them.
Here I am.
Look, it worked. Anyway, we have a newer motor. It's a 2007 Series 3, upgraded from the Series 2 that was already in the car. Has less miles, is cleaner overall, and of course, isn't rod knocking.
That'll probably be beneficial.
So I'm calling in all the stops, calling in all my friends that can help, and see if we can pull it together.
I think we can do it, Alex.
I like his confidence. Let's get to it.
Hold on, Alex, you're gonna tell me that you're not gonna record a video for 60 days, and you're not even gonna tell them why?
You know why?
He's been recording his album.
Wait, it's actually their album. I have been recording an album, but it's because you guys have been commenting and asking, where can I hear these songs from the videos? And I was like, nowhere, right here in the background. You can hear them, that's all. And then I thought about that and I was like, well, if they want to hear them, then maybe we should make an album of them. So we're gonna press a vinyl LP. You'll be able to download it sometime next year, but that actually took a lot of work and effort and a lot of time. And we've been working on all those in the background. So you'll hear new songs in this video. And from now on until the album's released, I'm going to caption the song's names so that you get familiar with them in case you actually want to buy them. You'll also be able to buy them digitally. Hey, We quickly got to work and dropped out the bad engine on the cradle. Even though it looked beautiful, everything needed to be taken apart. Well, just what we all wanted. The engine's back out. Because that's what you want to do right after you put an engine in. Take it back out. So, yeah. See, after we transfer all these parts to the new block, we'll be back in business.
For try number.
Lance and I quickly got to work disassembling the old engine and taking all the shiny painted parts and wiring loom carefully off and apart so that we could put them on the new block. Stripping it wasn't as easy as just swapping a motor, but we made quick work of it as a team, and it was just some synergy working together at that moment. I just paused the time lapse to say that Lance spilled my drink, and even though I spilled the drink twice before he spilled the drink, he ruined the drink. I was like, hey, don't spill my drink. So I put it on the edge of the forklift where we're putting all the tools, where it would never get knocked over.
And I said, forget this guy.
And now it's so dirty. Why? I want this drink. We're so out of the middle of nowhere. There's a little bit left.
Disclaimer, don't try this at home.
Finally, the bad block is removed from the transmission and cradle, and we can now remove our clutch. See, I'm doing a lot of hard work here, you know. Yeah, see, I supervise them. It's really important job.
Where'd all this blue Loctite come from?
Hey, we know the blue Loctite is the solution to all your problems. Blue Loctite. Get it wherever blue Loctite is sold. Hey, buddy, what are you doing?
Hey, buddy, I'm putting this intake manifold on for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some 5-minute gasket we're working with here.
5 minutes is sometimes almost not enough.
Almost. Depends who you ask. Depends what you do with your 5 minutes.
She said 5 minutes was more than she'd ever had. She lied to me. Oh, it's looking pretty good. I think everything's going fine. Everything takes longer than you want it to.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Man, this has been ridiculous, but we had to swap out the oil pan because the aluminum oil pan doesn't clear Fiero Rogs brackets, and we had a reusable oil pan gasket that was like 50 bucks or 40 bucks or something like that. So we put the other oil pan, after much cleaning of the metal shavings, on this motor. We painted everything. Now we're putting brackets back on. I cleaned up the supercharger and stuff. So we're just trying to reassemble this to get ready to go back on the car. Welcome back. It's day -3 of things that were already supposed to be done. We have now completed hooking up the wiring, the battery, and most of the stuff to the car. Enough to do a test start to make sure that this engine works. And what are we gonna check for?
We're checking for oil pressure today.
Oh, damn, I almost forgot. Oil pressure. My worst fears were realized. There is no oil pressure. The distinctive sound of rod or crank knock. Basic engine death. The rattles were horrific. Now I know what you're thinking. Maybe oil pressure is the first thing you should check for, above all other things, when you start a motor for the first time. Take it from me, somebody who just learned that lifelong lesson. I already knew that lesson, but I had to relearn it one more time. This is my son, Titan. And he's been helping. You see his dirty face? You been helping, buddy? Yeah. Yeah. Are we going to start the car? Yeah. I love you. All right. Let's give it a whirl.
Let's start this thing. Got one of the sparkler wires across. All right.
But guess what we had?
Oil pressure!
Oil pressure!
Ooh, there's a nice sound.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I need help. I'm stuck in this thing. I can't open the door.
Help him! Help him!
You can't help me.
Oh, you really need help.
Oh, there's only a handle inside.
Watch out.
Why is
I'm gonna try not to scrape it.
You did it.
Shoot your rocket backwards. I like it.
Why is it not going again?
Hey, Alex.
Are we back?
We're back.
Why are we back, Lance?
Because the Ferrari hasn't disengaged the clutch.
How could that happen?
We've got some suspicions.
Yeah, we got some suspicions. We just came back because we just love extending this episode.
The clutch and the shifting worked fine before the engine blew up.
Mm-hmm.
Then the engine blows up, and now the transmission doesn't disengage and shift.
You holding down?
No.
Okay. All right, go down. It was confusing because it seemed like the clutch was fully disengaging and it should work, but it just didn't. But I don't want to like fuck up my phone, so we'll see. Okay, let's try that. Oh, stop, go back. Back a little bit. Okay.
Look at your fucking phone.
Yeah. So we have to take the engine and transmission out one more time to check inside the bell housing to see why the clutch won't disengage. But other than that, this engine has oil pressure and runs extremely well and is idling, holding coolant. It's doing everything you want. So much so that I put wheels on it and put it on the ground and thought we were done. Now the wheels are going to come back off. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys time travel to the moment that we take this transmission off. Just for you. You get to time warp right to that. And when you get there, could you take me with you? So that way I don't have to experience taking this engine back out? No? Maybe? Nobody ever shares their time machines. So selfish Doc Brown was. All right. See you guys in just a moment. Well, each time we've got a little bit more efficient on how we take this engine out. And now...
A word from our sponsors.
We use this chalkboard. I did Lewiston cradle. It's looking good. Looking about ready to pull out.
I am the pull-out master. Let's do this. What?
Yeah, I'd walk away too. I don't know what the hell, what's in there? What's going on? What's going on in there? But, we're gonna find out. Something's wrong.
The suspense is killing me.
Yeah, I'm pretty suspended. Oh geez, Rick. Predictions?
Uh-oh.
What?
It was in the right way.
That doesn't make any sense. What the f? We invented a series of tests to see if the clutch was properly disengaging and the disc could move when the pressure plate was down. That looks like it's doing a thing. We tried using the factory clutch and compared it to the disengagement on the new clutch, and both looked good. Again, very confusing.
Yep, moved it. Okay.
Okay, you're
I'm spinning the
crankshaft. And the axle's not moving. Okay, so I'm gonna let it go now.
Let it go.
It's turning it.
It is turning it.
So you are successfully able to disengage the clutch.
At 1 inch. Let's see what we get. Let's see when it stops.
Yeah, see when it stops.
Okay, it's disengaged. Now I'm gonna move it just a little bit less. Hold on, you're good. Now try. Still disengaged.
According to this, that is at 3/4 of an inch.
Okay.
Which is where our freaking slave cylinder pushes to. What's the problem?
Mysteriously, after putting it back together, everything works fine, like it did the first time we put the first engine in. Well, same day. They've time traveled forward to the end.
Welcome.
How was your journey? Yeah. The car works.
Let's see, we dropped the cradle.
And then we pulled the transmission.
And we found
A clutch disc that was in the right way. Then we checked the Series 3 to see if the depth was different than the Series 2, and we found
that it was the same. The crank, everything.
right. And then we made a test bed for the original Fiero clutch disc that came out of this, and then this new clutch disc and pressure plate, and we found
Lots of movement.
and that it worked fine. Then we put the transmission in, and then what did we find? That it disengaged at 3/4 of an inch, just like the amount of travel we had originally. Confused, we just put everything back together, and now what's happening?
Disengagement of the clutch.
And now it works.
And now it works.
So if you have any idea what curse or gremlins or things that are affecting us right now, I want you to comment below and explain how you can scientifically break down a system and every single piece is functional and there's no damage, and then you put it back together and you get a different result than the first time. You know, comment below. Let us know how that works. At this moment, I'm going to say we'll just have to accept that it does work and that we did not put a clutch disc in backwards and that sometimes things don't go as planned. Thankfully, Lance was here the whole time after the screw up. This whole episode, he's been here, which has been like a week and a half. We did go to Fiero Fest in the middle of it.
We did.
Other than that, it's been constantly this. The car needs to go to the exhaust shop, and that will wrap up the engine swap portion. And I'm not sure if I'll be working on it more or not. Depends on how the client feels about all that and what our discussion goes. Well, that's 13 miles with the car. I'm taking the car to the exhaust shop. There's still some tuning, and he may have it back in the spring for gauges and different things, but this 3800 swap works, and it works well. I'm very, very excited to actually have this all done. The exhaust shop did a really nice job of fitting 2 expensive resonators in and getting tailpipes out. However, we went to pick it up, and all of a sudden the fuel pump didn't work. Are you back? Why are you back?
What we do.
I guess we did have to remove a little part of the X-frame.
Let's take a look.
Yeah. Oh, blinding light. Will you show the internet so bright that we've removed this section of X-frame, and not the front bar though, just enough to slip the fuel tank out, and we are going to make it removable and unboltable, which you'll see in a minute. The new fuel pump is now in.
The fuel pump apparently died for no reason, which is great. Probably because we welded up the X-frame.
A lot of changes were needing to be made to make the X-frame removable. After creating the design and having the metal cut, I welded it in place and painted it all to match, and then drilled 36 bolt holes. With 2 bolt holes per arm, it will provide plenty of structure and now also be removable when the gas tank needs to be removed in the future.
I'm trying to get this new X-frame in. I've painted it. I've got a lot of bolts here with lock washers on them, you know, and I have some sort of crazy plan. Coming in and I'm putting the bolts in this beautiful X-frame section. So it's looking pretty good. I'll show you guys. Yeah, something's happening here. Well, I think that looks pretty good. Definitely not moving.
Now we watch as Alex Lightspeed majestically crawls into the Ferrari.
My butt. Okay. Okay. Your fuel?
I finally got to take the car out, and after months of snafus, this was just such a relieving drive. It shifted good, it sounded great, and this replica now has 3800 SC power. Well, I can't wait to see you guys next time. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment any of your thoughts below.